Hey friends, Patrick here, and today let's talk about three little mistakes that might happen more often to beginners, but also to maybe more advanced developers. Not saying that they happen to me still, but maybe they do. Anyways, I want to do the following. Three mistakes I want to show you. First, I show you what the actual error message is or the behavior that we don't want. And then you will see the code. You can think for a couple of seconds or just stop the video and then have a look at the code and then try to find the solution yourself. And of course, after that, I will show you the very quick solution for each of these mistakes. All right, the first one, we start with actually Blazor here. So what you can see here is a typical edit form for a tiny blog application that we're creating in the .NET Web Academy. And here we can enter a title, like, I don't know, my first blog post. We can set a date and a time or just a date. The content, we can say, is it published or not? And then we can hit save and we're getting an error. Now, what the hell is that? Big red wall, and it says unhandled exception rendering component. Maybe I can make this a bit bigger so it's easier to read. The input does not contain any JSON tokens. Expected the input to start with a valid JSON token, and so on and so on. And now let's have a look at the corresponding code. So here, this is in essence just a controller. This controller here, the create blog post controller, then calls this method. Here, that's the one, I think. Yep, that's the one. So create blog post async, and we're using Entity Framework here in the end to add the blog post, save the changes, and then we return the results. So when we go back, then here's the controller. All right, maybe you see it already. Create the blog post, we have the result here, and then we want to return the result, right? Almost. We forgot to add it here. Happens to the best of us, really. So maybe we can restart the application now and try again. There it is. Okay, now again, I just enter anything here and a date, or maybe let's just add the fixed code blog post and the content. We hit save and article has been created. When we now go here, we see lots and lots of test articles, and here's the one, the fixed code blog post. Perfect. This was the first one. Now let's have a look at another one. So here we've got, what do we have here? All right, so this was, or is a lecture where we introduced DTOs, data transfer objects. So what we have here in one masterclass of the Academy, that we built a comprehensive time tracking application. And first we have a model simply called the time entry, but then to only show the properties that you want to display on the client, we created a data transfer object. So reduced the properties. We even used a record for that, but in the beginning it's a class at first. Anyways, here we have a list of time entry responses. Now the time entry response is the DTO that will be created from the actual time entry class. Lots of mapping stuff, for instance, happening there. But we have an error here, and this error here says time entry response is inaccessible due to its protection level. Now, of course, if you're more advanced, you know directly, okay, something's wrong here with the access modifier, right? Well, if you're a beginner, you really have to pay attention, because when we go to the implementation here, we see internal class time entry response. And why is that maybe? Well, when we go to this folder and we add a new item file name, then automatically by default, Visual Studio creates a class with the internal access modifier, and internal, well, this is not public, so this thing is not available where we want to use it in this particular case. So this file actually can be deleted. And then here, what we simply do is public, like that. And then when we go back to this place, the error is gone and we can make use of the time entry response. easy, right? But still happens way too often, and maybe takes ages to fix it or find the solution there. All right, next one. Again, the time tracking application. And this was an interesting one, actually, I think, because, of course, Visual Studio is helping us here. So what is this method doing? We want to update a time entry. And this is actual student code. So really, don't be shy if you want to ask questions. This, again, happens to the best of us and happens way too often. And even advanced or professional developers make these mistakes. So please, guys, ask these questions wherever you have the option to. Here, what we want to do again, we want to update a time entry, and we want to find first the index of the time entry in a time entry list with a certain ID. And then we check, you could either check if the ID is -1. In this case, this also means that the entry was not found, and then we return null. Either way, something is not working here. And what does the error message say? Entry to update index may be null here, right? But then it says, can it convert from time entry to int? Well, we want an integer because we want the index, right? So what's going on here? Maybe you can already see it. We're using the find method here, and the find method, as you can see there, returns a time entry. But for the index, we actually need an integer, right? So what happened here is simply we forgot to write index, and now we've got our find index method that is actually returning the integer. Error is gone, and now this works. All right, guys, that's it already for this little video here about these 3 beginner to advanced professional mistakes. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think about this format. I know maybe this is for some of you too easy, and you think, okay, this is really simple stuff, Patrick. What the hell are you showing us here? But still, maybe it is helpful. I hope you learned something. Please, please, please tell me in the comments what you think about this format. I'm happy to do more of that because these kind of questions happen a lot. So again, write down in the comments what you think of that. Thank you very much for that. Please hit the like button if you learned something and like this format. Maybe subscribe to my channel. This would help a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all my patrons. And thank you very much for watching. And I hope I see you next time. Take care.